opportunity to talk about your word, that how that can, that how we can live through the word of your, that you have given us and you have blessed us. I ask you in Jesus' name, amen. We are going to talk about the faith of Abel. Who is Abel? He was the son of Adam and Eve, the second child of Adam. We are to look up who is Abel. We are going to read Genesis 4, Genesis chapter 4, verse 2 to 8. It's written, and again he bore his brother Abel. Now Abel was a keeper of sheep, and Cain and worker of a ground. In the source of time, Cain brought the Lord of an offering of the fruit of the ground, and Abel also brought of the firstborn of his flock, and their fat portion. And the Lord had regard for Abel and his offering, but Cain and his offering he had not regard. So Cain was angry, and his face fell. The Lord said to Cain, why are you angry, and why has your face fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not well, sin is coursing at the door. Is it your desire? But you must overrule it. And the next scripture that we are going to read is in Hebrews 11, verse 4. It's written, by faith Abel offered to God a more acceptable sacrifice than Cain, through which he was commended as righteous. God commended him by accepting his gift, and through his faith, through he died, he still speaks. So, as we have read those two chapters, why was Abel's offering accepted? When I was reading this, I was like, why? Because how I got in this subject, it was like because I was doing my essay for my humanistics, and then I was reading about the faith, and in Hebrews, it was about Hebrews, and then I saw the faith of Abel, and I was like, how is the author of Hebrews talking about the faith? I didn't understand, because it was for me like, I know the story about Cain and Abel, but I don't know why is the author talking about the faith. So I looked at about that, and then I saw that why he was accepted for this offering, because Abel was a righteous person and he was faithful to God. And if we look at the word faithful, I have searched in Old Testament, like in Hebrews and in Greek. In Greek, it's written pistis. Pistis means faithful, believe, trust. And when Abel was giving the sacrifice, he gave his best, because he knew that God had given him the life, that God had given him life. And he trusted God, that God, I'm not going to give you something that it's like, I have something really special and also something other thing, but I'm going to give, I will give the small part. No, he said, I will give the best thing that I have to God, because he loved him and he was faithful to him, and he trusted the God, that God, you have given me this blessing, so I will give you the best part. What was the wrong about Cain? It was because Cain was like, he also could give the good things, but he only give like, I have good things, but I will give the thing that, like, as example, like what she's putting, like maybe here in it's bread and this is water, and someone asked me, can I have something? And then I'm like, I'm not hungry, so I'm not so much thirsty, so I will eat bread, and the drink I will give. No. If someone is hungry or thirsty, I have to give everything. So what was Cain doing? He was giving only the small part. He was like, we'll give small part, because he was not faithful to God. He was not trusting God with all his heart. He was not giving all himself. we can also relate to our life, because so, like I have seen that and I've heard that from so many people, that because I'm young, so people think like, oh, we are young, so we can enjoy our life and do everything, and when we are old we can start to be really Christian. Now it's time to have fun, to enjoy life, everything. No, we can enjoy our life and have peace and everything through Him. But sometimes we do so many things that we are like, okay, or with someone that we love, we think, okay, we will not give that person to God, to how do you say, to give God, because we are like, okay, we will keep it so we can protect, because we think that's like with our mind we can handle it, everything. But no, we have to give everything to God, that because if I say always, God, I love you, I really love you, but when the time comes to trust Him and to be faithful, then we don't do, because we think we are the boss of our own things. But we have to really trust Him that, hey, I'm going to give everything to Him, that no, He's going to care about. Then we can see that if I say I'm really faithful to God, and when it comes to the practice, then we don't do it. And and also that we can see that why God also testified that when Abel is dead, but still God testifies His faithfulness also in the New Testament, that He was so happy with Abel, that how faithful he was to the people. And what was it? Yeah, here it was. That these things that we so many, like, as we see that we have to, in everything we have to thank Him, like when we give the things to Him, that's the way that we are thanking Him, that who He is, and that we are thanking Him in His way. And yeah. Yeah. And that's also like, so that God actually every time He wants that God didn't like, because so many times we see that why people think, oh, why that was not really it was not like God loved Abel more, so that's why Cain was not accepted the offering. But we don't look at the past, like what was the reason why that God accepted the offering of Abel, not the offering of Cain. So we have to also apply in our lives that everything that we do, we have to give everything. That we don't have to give God the small part or small things in our life. We have to give everything to be faithful and to show Him that really we are faithful, not only with our mouth but also through our acts. That we have to show that we trust Him and we are really love Him through the acts that we are going to do. That was one reason.